19-year-old kid and taking the next step now in your journey as a 25-year-old man. I'm curious what you think the next step in your evolution is and why you think it took switching locations to continue it.
Well, when you get drafted into this great league, some of us come in at different ages, and as a 19-year-old kid, if you think about it, I'm starting my first year of college or finishing my first year of college, my freshman year, and life hits. Man, you go to different hotels, you're in different places in different cities, and you have to adjust to what's going on. And it took me a little while to do that. On the court was incredible, but then you start figuring out what is important to you off the floor and how it's conducive for your development on the floor. Then you start finding that importance, and then it all starts making sense. It took a few things for me to go through in Cleveland for me to understand that, of learning the hard way. But we're all human beings, and I think that we've all been through a few hard times to where it's changed the landscape of what you think and what you feel. So it was my time to do what was best for me in terms of my intentions, and that's going after something bigger than myself and honestly being in an environment that's conducive for my potential. And I think that statement is just self-explanatory because it's pretty direct in terms of what my intent is, and it's to be happy and be with a group of individuals that I can grow with. And that is not a knock on anything that has transpired in my 6 years because it was an unbelievable experience, man. To think about what we accomplished in Cleveland and then individually as well, it bypasses the amount of moments that I had with all the special people out there. So that me leaving there wasn't about basketball. It was more or less about creating that foundation of me in Cleveland and then now taking this next step as a 25-year-old evolving man and being the best basketball player I can be.
Kyrie, everybody kind of wanted to know why you left Cleveland specifically. You say it's to kind of grow and be able to maximize your potential. What was the biggest issue in Cleveland that you felt like you weren't able to realize that potential?
I wouldn't call them issues. It is exactly what I just said, and that's where it will always be because that was my intent. It was an unbelievable journey, an unbelievable ride, but I knew that I wasn't going to come up here to specifically point at individuals, specifically point at what issues here, whatever, because that's not important to me at all. And it'll be an unbelievable experience for something new, and to be in a place like this where everyone will gravitate not only to us as individuals, but us as a collective group and a team. And they've done it past years before us, and they will continue to do it past years after us. And I just want to be a part of that. So.
Do you feel the additional challenge now of the burden of taking this team on your shoulders, knowing Isaiah Thomas is not here now, and you taking that on as the point guard? Fans obviously had an attachment to Isaiah. Mm-hmm. Wondering your thoughts on that.
Is there ever such thing as one person carrying a whole team? I don't think so. And when you have a collection of individuals that we're all having one mission and one goal and collectively getting better every single day, there are a lot of moving parts. And you have to depend on those moving parts to do their job at the ultimate ability that only they'll know. And it's our job to bring the best out of one another every single day. And I think that's been echoed throughout this whole entire organization, as well as the players and the tradition that's here in Boston. There is no one player. There are some very, very special talents. But I think that the teams get remembered more than the players sometimes, even though you guys do have some Hall of Famers here. A few numbers retired in those rafters. So I think the appreciation goes a lot deeper because of that team atmosphere, and there is no such thing as putting the team on your shoulders. You'll see some unbelievable things from probably 1 through 15, and we'll be just as elated as if it was the first guy, the second guy, or third guy. And that's the common knowledge that I have of this game that was given to me, and the love that I have for it because of being on a special team like that and having special individuals and looking the man in the eye and telling them that you can depend on me. There's nothing like that. So, to be honest, I've only had the unique opportunity of playing against Coach Stevens over the last few years. So,
I coached you in a game where we gave up 197 points.
You know, that goes back to just playing both ends of the floor, coach.
But secondly, I'm just curious what the relationship was between you two before today.
All-star opponents.
I think the first thing is that it's like destiny. We both have March 23rd birthdays, so it's bound to happen at some point in time. But what was that, 2012? 2013?
2013.
2013. I went to Cleveland on a visit when I was a restricted free agent, and Kyrie came in and, you know, was saying how much fun it would be if I would be on the team, and you know, kind of recruited me to go there. And then LeBron came, and that kind of squashed that whole thing. But you know, it came full circle, and here we are now. But you know, USA. But USA basketball, we played together, and you know, I think we've always had a good relationship. You know, I haven't spent too much time with them. Looking forward to doing that and learning from them, but we've had a good relationship.
What's your relationship like with LeBron now, and have you spoken to him since this whole process began with asking for the trade?
No, I haven't spoken to him, and my intent, like I said, was for my best intentions and to look back at the amount of ground we covered in the last 3-year span, or even before that, because we had a prior relationship, and to really realize how special that was and how much growth happened in that amount of time. I'd be sitting up here and telling you guys a lie if I didn't tell you I learned so much from that guy. The perfection of the craft comes in a variety of forms, and you watch and you watch and you ask a lot of the great players, you know, what does it take to be great? And I've had the unique opportunity to play with one of the greats, and it was awesome. At times it was all over, just like it is in any other team. And when you look back and you're eternally grateful for the moments that you've had and you've shared, you're able to put peace with that journey and start anew. And this was a very, very challenging decision at first, but after a while, when you understand and you have that confidence in yourself to understand the magnitude of what you actually can accomplish and potentially can do with other great people. And now that I'm sitting here, it just echoes in terms of me just being very appreciative of not only the Cleveland fans, all of Ohio, but as well as Bron in incorporating me into that special team that we had in Cleveland. Because, I mean, 3 finals in a row, all the shared memories, all the individuals with T-Top, Swish. I could go down the line with the guys that I played with in Cleveland, but they all know how I feel about them individually, as well as the amount of love that we have for one another. The brotherhood exists even without all of this, and it will continue. So that's exactly where it is, and I'm very appreciative of it.